kidnapping, false imprisonment, assault, and battery. What else is Leah Remini hiding about her storytellers?
You do get paid and you do get attention for doing this stuff.
I don't work for free. I mean, I'm just a crappy has-been actress who's trying to make $1 off my church.
In their episodes of religious bigotry, Leah Remini and co-host Mike Rinder featured this man, Steve Hassan, presenting him as an author and expert. But what they didn't say is that Steve Hassan's expertise is violent abuses against American citizens and their civil rights. Hassan was an accomplice in the Cult Awareness Network. This anti-religious hate group served as a national referral service for so-called deprogrammers. They ran a racket to kidnap, assault, and traumatize law-abiding men and women for profit, all to coerce them into recanting their religious beliefs. And Steve Hassan is a notorious deprogrammer. Hassan led the squad that traumatized one adult victim, Arthur Roselle, for 2 weeks to try and break the man's faith. In sworn testimony, Roselle recounted his physical and mental assault. Hassan's team threw him to the floor, cutting and bruising his face. They bound his hands and feet and held him captive for days on end. They deprived him of sleep and violated his privacy and basic dignity. When Roselle refused to recant his religious beliefs, Hassan threatened to inject him with shots. And to add insult to injury, Hassan tried to induce his victim to lie and commit perjury about the crime. Then there was the testimony of Lauren Sala. Hassan's team broke into her motel room, threw her from the bed, and threatened to break her leg if she called for help or tried to escape. They took her hostage and drove her to a remote hideaway, where they imprisoned her for 8 days, trying to break her faith. When Hassan's thugs failed, he tormented Sala for 3 more days, until she managed to negotiate her release. Another of Hassan's victims, Claire Kelly, also testified that Hassan unlawfully held her captive. He had her held in a room with no knobs on the windows, kept her under 24-hour guard, and violated her privacy. Hassan pawned himself off as a, quote, expert on religions in court cases, bilking unsuspecting families for his so-called expert testimony, until courts caught on to his crackpot theories. The Church of Scientology exposed Steve Hassan and his criminal cohorts and brought an end to the Cult Awareness Network. Hassan would continue his anti-religious assaults, now under the name of intervention. His accomplices included virulent anti-Scientologist Arnaldo Arnie Lerma. Lerma was in deep with right-wing extremists, neo-Nazis, and cyber-terrorists, anonymous, and was also known for psychosis and violence. In 2016, Lerma was hired as an advisor to Leah Remini and her A&E hate show. In 2018, Lerma tried to murder his wife, then killed himself. His legacy includes praise of friend and partner Steve Hassan. In her episode with Hassan, Leah Remini presents him as a victim of the church.
I'm emotional. The person who...
The very man who would have his victims kidnapped, then beat, bound, and bullied in the name of religious bigotry and hate. That's the deception of Leah Remini, her co-host Mike Rinder, and her enablers at A&E. Showrunner Miles Reif, producers Eli Holtzman and Aaron Sedman, and executives Paul Bucheri, Rob Chernow, and Elaine Fontaine Bryant. All of them know the truth about Steve Hassan. The church supplied them with complete documentation on the liars, lawbreakers, assailants, and sexual predators that populate their episodes. But they ignored it all, so they could profit from the bigotry, hate, and lies.